Grades are one. Courier. Time for another movie review, which we went to see The Killer's Game. Uh, Man, I was really interested in this one, just because it stars Dave Bautista, which for those that have watched wrestling know who he is. But he's was Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's done a whole bunch of other movies as well. Um, Knock at the Cabin was pretty recent. Army of the Dead, My Spy, which is nice little fun. Glass Glass Onion, Knives Out sequel, and then of course he was in the Dune movies, part one and two. He was like the main, um, like lieutenant bad guy, I guess. The main guy that was leading the bad guy army. But yeah, like I've always liked him. He's definitely feels more. he Out of all the wrestlers that become actors or have done acting, he definitely is one of the ones that like he does become his part. Like he actually becomes the character. You actually get that moment where it's like, yeah, he's not just excuse me. He's not just Dave Bautista. He's not just an actor. He's playing the part, and in this movie, he actually plays it really well too. Of course, he's an assassin. Meets a girl, thinks he's gonna die, puts a hit on himself because he wants to make sure the girls, wall off with the life insurance policy. Uh, and turns out he's not gonna die. They mixed up his lab results, and now he has to try to survive. So, lots of action, lots of violence, man. Uh, it's not as like the blood and everything. It's definitely CG, not so much practical as far as the blood wise. I feel like they did that because in case they want to air it like a more PG-13 version, they can do it more easily. So it feels like they did that for a reason, which it's nothing too big. I mean, if it works, it works. Why not capitalize on, a more bigger market? But yeah, it's mostly blood and violence, not so much language. Um, it is funny seeing Drew McIntyre, which is another wrestler, current wrestler, because Dave Bautista doesn't wrestle anymore. Drew McIntyre is actually in it too as well. And he's pretty funny. Yeah, it gets to lean heavily into his Scottish accent, so that's fun. Um, but yeah, I actually liked this movie a lot. It was fun. It was exciting. There was a lot of action mixed in with some actually good characters. Sir Ben Kingsley is in here, and he plays kind of the broker in a way. If you've seen John Wick and all these assassin movies that have come out pretty recently, you kind of know. There's a broker that sets up the jobs, and then there's the guys that actually go out and do the jobs. So he's I actually like the chemistry that they have. The writing's actually pretty well written, I would say. It feels very natural. A lot of the dialogue, and then of course the chemistry between the characters, they mix very well. Especially Dave Bautista and the main female lead. What's her name? I'm gonna hate that. Sophia Boutella Maisie, which she man, it actually like sometimes it feels like it's always like one side overacts the other, but it actually works really well because he's trying to he's a killer, of course, so he's trying to play by the rules, not fall in love, not have a family and stuff like that. And you can actually see it crack and him softening like over time, and like they actually have a connection, which is it's pretty rare to see, especially when you have a wrestler actor, which honestly now he's not a wrestler actor anymore. He's an actor. I think he's one of the best actors to come from wrestling, just because of what he's done and what he's learned, and how, like, if you actually listen to his interviews and stuff, he's actually really committed himself to acting, and he's very picky about some of the stuff that he does, and he wants to try to be very variety, not just like The Rock. um, you know, you see a Rock movie, it's like, yeah, he's a tough guy who kicks ass and probably wears uh, cargo pants, shorts, and a tan shirt. So, which, yeah, so it's a good movie. I do really like it. I don't think you have to go see it in the theaters. One of the really cool thing I do like is the transitions that they have, because they kind of do a thing, if you've seen Bullet Train, where they transition and kind of show off like these other assassins and killers, and they do it to make them more, you know, of a threat, and just to give us, you know, quick little backstory. It feels very similar to Bullet Train. They do really stylize a lot of stuff, and I think it's really cool. The transitions that they do are just like, man, they like they had a vision, and they pulled off that vision on some of these transitions, especially early on when they're, yeah, it's especially early on. It's like, oh man, some of them are just like perfect, and you would think they would use a lot more CG and stuff, but they're actually pretty practical as far as the transitions. Like, it doesn't look like it's just like a CG transition or anything. Like, it blends really well. Like, it's just in-camera transitions, but it's perfect. It matches up so well, and it's really good. Yeah, music was fun. The actors and all the assassins is of crazy variety. Some of the assassins are pretty one-dimensional, so nothing there. But a lot of times, I mean, you're just in it to watch the, you know, main guy survive, or, you know, increase his body count. So that's it. So don't have to go see it in the movies if you're very interested to watch an action comedy movie. There's some pretty good funny parts in it. Dialogue's really good. I think it's worth the money. You won't regret it, I would say, if you go see it in a theater. So, but until then, it's fine. I would say check it out when it comes out on digital, so you can watch it at your leisure. But yeah, until next time, guys. Next time, Transformers 1 next week, which I am excited for. If you can't tell from some of the guys back there, I like Transformers, and
Autobots, roll out.
I'm waiting for that. So, time to see the origin of Optimus Prime next week. Till then, later.